How's it going, you sexy beasts? If you are absolutely stumped about which type of shotgun you should either pick up or pass over, then hopefully this will be the video guide for you. This video will not cover the NC's jackhammer heavy weapon solely due to it being outshined by other weapons and being conglomerate heavy assault specific. As it currently stands, we have access to 3 different semi-automatic shotguns as well as 2 different pump action shotguns, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. I'll be covering each pump action and semi-automatic shotgun for each faction, my personal preferences, as well as my preferred attachments and role each shotgun can fill. This is all heavily opinion oriented due to the fact that there's 5 shotguns to choose from, and between those 5 I already have my 2 favorites. So go ahead and sit back, relax, grab a snack, and enjoy the show. First of all, there's a few things you'll need to know about how shotguns operate, and it's pretty simple. Put the barrel up close to your enemies, and pull the trigger. Generally, all shotguns have about the same shotgun spread accuracy, save for just a few. Shotguns fill the role of superior close quarters combat weaponry, blowing away all other weapons in sheer firepower at point blank. Now, what type of shotgun that fills your need is another story. Between the 5 available shotguns, we have 3 of them are semi-automatic and 2 of them are pump action. The semi-automatic shotguns have less pellets per shell than the pump actions, meaning they deal less damage comparatively, but have a magazine-fed ammunition system and a much higher fire rate. The first set of shotguns we'll cover are the oldest of the bunch, the TR's Barrage, NC's Mauler, and the VS Thanatos. These shotguns offer the strongest middle ground of all available shotguns in regards to stopping power and fire rate. Each shell fired from these shotguns contains 6 pellets, each that deals 134 damage. Even if all 6 pellets from one shell land in the chest of your target, it won't be enough damage to kill them with a single shot. Lucky for us though, these shotguns fire at a rate of 225 rounds per minute, which will give you that extra shell in time to drop your enemy before they do the same to you. Short reload speed is 2.05 seconds with the shell still in the chamber, and a long reload speed of 3.35 seconds with a completely empty magazine. Speaking of, magazine capacity is 6 shells. These shotguns are awesome for what they do, but we've still got 4 more types of shotguns to cover, and this set is certainly not my favorite. These shotguns seem to be good for learning how shotguns handle and operate in PlanetSide 2, and you can just consider these the training wheels for a skilled shotgun user. Were you disappointed in the fire rate of the Barrage, Mauler, and Thanatos? Well, we've got a set of fully automatic shotguns for you to try out. These full autos include the Terran's Nighthawk, the Conglomerate's Piston, and Banu's Pandora. Containing the same ammunition as the other semi-automatic shotguns, each shell encases 6 pellets, each dealing 134 damage. Sporting a faster fire rate of 260 rounds per minute, these shotguns tear apart enemies in close quarters with a fully automatic firing mechanism, relinquishing the need of spam clicking your gun for success. A large disadvantage to the increased fire rate, though, is the wider pellet spread. This is a direct reduction in accuracy, as the pellets fired per shell will spread apart 33% quicker than the previous shotguns. With a wider pellet spread, these shotguns quickly lose their stopping power from 10 meters onward, requiring another shell to have enough pellet hits to down a target. Short reload speed of the fully autos are 2.6 seconds, and a long reload speed of 3.8 seconds. These shotguns sport the 6-round magazine capacity as well. Now, I'm not too big a fan of the full auto shotguns, as the increased pellet spread and longer reload just doesn't seem to outweigh the slightly faster fire rate. They're amazing at point blank, but this isn't Call of Duty, and Araxis is a much bigger battlefield to where a point blank shotgun isn't going to be the best of weapons. The final semi-automatic shotgun class we have are the 8-shell semis. These include the Terran's Haymaker, the Conglomerate Sweeper, and Banu's Nova. Personally, these are my favorite of the semi-automatic shotguns, as they offer a strong killing potential with 8 shells in each magazine. Damage models for the 8-shell semis are the same as the other semi-auto shotguns, where each shell contains 6 pellets, with each pellet dealing 134 damage. Fire rate is also akin to the 6-shell semi, with 225 rounds fired per minute. The pellet spread is about 15% wider than the first generation of shotguns, but is far more forgiving than the full auto shotgun's pellet spread. Short reload speed is 2.8 seconds, and a long reload speed of 4.1 seconds. It may be a tad longer than both previous shotgun classes, but it's rather insignificant when you've got 2 additional shells per magazine to go on a crazy killing spree. If you're in a circle strafe engagement with another player, these 2 additional shells will go a pretty long way. Overall, the 8 shell semis just seem to be the best in all situations that require a shotgun. It may not have the higher fire rate of the full autos, or the slightly higher accuracy of the 6 shell semis, but it's got the ammunition to get both of those jobs done in a much better way. Next on our list are the pump action shotguns. These operate the same way as the other shotguns, where each shell fired contains pellets that individually deal damage. The main differing factor of the pump action shotguns compared to the semi-autos is both the pellet count and fire rate. Pump action shotguns have the ability to one-hit kill an enemy at close range, even if all the pellets from the shell don't connect. This one-hit kill range extends out to the very short distance of about 8 meters. That's one large advantage over the semi-autos, where all they need is 2 shells to center mass to drop a target. Each pellet still deals the standard 134 damage, but pump actions just have many more pellets. That one-hit kill potential isn't lacking any disadvantages though. The fire rate of pump shotguns are nearly 1/3 of that of the semi-autos, and ammunition is shell-fed as opposed to magazine-fed, meaning each shell needs to be loaded individually instead of just popping in a fresh magazine. So first up is the 2nd generation of shotguns that I want to talk about first, because they have come out the latest. These include the Terran's Blackjack, the Conglomerate's Bruiser, and the Vanu's Deimos. These are the most devastating ballistic weapons in the game, dealing a total of 1,474 damage per shell. This aspect is solely due to their sheer pellet count from each shell, which spews out a total of 11 pellets, each of which deal 134 damage. Meaning you can one-shot an enemy and still have 3 pellets left over that could cause further harm to surrounding enemies as well. As this is a pump-action shotgun, the reload speed is based from each shell loading, which is about 0.9 seconds per shell. Keep in mind that if you fully empty your loaded shells, you'll have to pump the shotgun after loading in some more shells, which will extend the rather lengthy reload speed. Magazine capacity is a rather low 5 shells, but with the added damage from pellets per shell, the ammo capacity isn't going to be a factor when you're downing targets just as well, if not better, than other shotguns. These 2nd generation shotguns fire at 71 rounds per minute, which is a lot slower than other semi-autos, but is made up for its damage. Last but not least has got to be my favorite shotgun of them all. The very first iteration of the pump action shotguns, the Terran's Uppercut, the Conglomerate's Claw, and Vanu's Phobos. These shotguns have 1 less pellet than the 2nd generation of shotguns, but also have a tighter pellet spread. Each shell deals a maximum of 1,340 damage, from the 10 pellets dealing 134 damage each. The tightened pellet spread is what makes these pump actions far superior to the 2nd generation. Despite having 1 less pellet, we've still got a one-hit kill weapon on our hands at point blank, and with a slightly faster fire rate of 80 rounds per minute. The 1st generation shotguns still have the 5 shell magazine capacity and identical reload speed, but just cannot be topped by the 2nd generation pump shotties. If you're wanting the ultimate shotgun for close quarters engagements up to about 15 meters, then the 1st generation shotguns are going to be your best choice of armament. Now that we've got all 5 types of shotguns introduced and explained, it's time to dive into some attachments and what's preferred. There's not a lot to choose from since shotguns don't even have access to a barrel attachment slot at all. So with that, we can work with ammo, optics, and a rail slot. The first 2 are all a matter of preference, such as if you want to run a reflex or not, but you shouldn't really be aiming down the sights that often. And the 3rd one is where all the attachments roll into one, and we don't really have much of a choice for that. For the rail slot of all shotguns, we have access to the amazing flashlight, the awesome laser sight, the super amazing forward grip, or extended magazines. Flashlights are useless, so we'll disregard that attachment, and the laser sight does nothing to help with the pellet spread of each shell fired, so we'll disregard that as well. Forward grips only reduce the horizontal recoil of weapons, and since shotguns don't have a lot of recoil in the first place, or a lot of sustained fire, the forward grip attachment is pretty worthless as well. This leaves extended magazines. This attachment will give all of your semi or full auto shotguns 4 additional shells per magazine, or 2 more maximum shells for the pump action shotgun. This is big as it can change your 8-round shotties to 12-round shotties or increase the magazine capacity of your pumps by nearly 50%. If you're not using the extended magazines on your shotgun, you're more than likely doing it wrong. As for optics and ammo attachments, this all comes down to whether or not you want to turn your shotgun into a battle rifle. Slug ammunition takes away the pellet count of your shotgun and replaces it with one big ass bullet that deals about 500 maximum damage with a minimum damage of about 400. This gives any shotgun equipped with a slug ammo a 2-hit kill up to 20 meters and a 3-hit kill at any range thereafter. Slug ammunition's damage is constant, so equipping slugs on the 1430 damage 2nd generation pump shotties will deal the same damage as the full auto shotties. Since slugs turn shotguns more into battle rifles, it's a pretty good investment to pick up the 3.4 times scope to help nail targets at longer ranges. My preferred shotgun to run as the battle rifle is the 8-round shotties. The 3.4 times red dot, extended magazines, and slugs is absolutely crazy and have a hell of a lot of fun. It'll also increase your reaching potential with classes that do not have access to the battle rifle, such as the medic. So there you have it, you sexy beasts, the definitive guide to PlanetSide 2's shotgun arsenal. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video and found it somewhat informative. If you did, please give it a big ass thumbs up. If I missed out anything, intentional or otherwise, please let me know in the comment section below, or let everyone know your favorite ice cream flavor. How are you guys running your shotgun? Using a stock pump action to tear up biolabs, or using the sniper shotgun setup to wreak havoc on the hills of Endar? Well, you guys want to see more videos like this? Go ahead and subscribe. It's free.